a sellout crowd, and that means a raucous crowd at the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. And why not? A Week 6 clash of two of the NFL's unbeatens. The 5-0 New York Giants taking on the 4-0 New Orleans Saints. Brees looking for the long one, and Robert Meachem. Brees on 3rd and 3, and he will dive out to the 40. Shockey, playing in his 100th game, makes the catch. And Tom Coughlin, in his 6th season, he's taken to the Giants 4 straight years to the playoff. Juggling catch made by Lance Moore. Pump fake. Moore underneath to the 10. Another.
We'll be making that trip this year.
3rd and 3. Very close to a first down. They are short by less than that. Decision time now for Sean Payton. Formation will get the ball and leaps into the end zone. Touchdown. Manning hit as he throws, but it's caught. 3rd and 3. Manning looking down the field and defended beautifully by Jabari. Brees to throw it on first down. Wide open Lance Moore. Pump fake. And then what a throw. Drew Brees talked about that. His receivers talked about that when we met Friday. Catching every one of them. Again throwing. And again, a reception this time by Marques Colston.
Linebacker. And that's how protection gets established.
Colston inside the 5. Touchdown.
Here and see if he was able to get into the end zone. He's on a body there.
Touchdown.
From that angle, Tom, it does not look like he was on the ground. He's on top of C.C. Brent. Well, his elbow's down, and that one will come back.
The ruling on the field as to the spot of the ball.
The ball came down on a player. However, his right elbow hit in the field of play on the 1-yard line, and the ball was at the 1-yard line at the time. Therefore, the ball will be placed at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal. There are no charged timeouts.
And Heath Evans, play fake to him, looking for Shockey. Touchdown. Offensively, because of this outstanding defense. And a 14-0 lead in the opening quarter here today. Hickson from the 5. And a big return for Hickson. He is wrestled down close to midfield by the kicker.
We've not seen anything to suggest the Giants are going to slow them down.
Jacobs inside the 40. Wide open and off the fingertips. It's 45. And it is good. And things change in a hurry today as far as the schedule goes. Another catch, 2002 out of Miami. Play action, Brees looking for 6 more. He's got it. Flag down on the field. Touchdown catch made by Robert Meachem, but again a flag is down.
The other side of the field.
Contact, defense number 20. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Well, here's Robert Meachem, and this is what he does. I mean, he's a speed guy. They want to get him vertical down the field, straight up the seam, and he just goes up and makes a play. I mean, C.C. Brown, who is a better run defender than he is cover safety, just loses the ball, just fails to make a play on the ball with it in the air.
Point after is blocked.
screw. You're going to get exposed.
First down reception made by Mario Manning. Catch depending on the spot. We'll see if it's a first down.
New Orleans is challenging the ruling on the field that it was a first down. When the receiver catches the ball in the air and is then driven back, the point of forward progress is when the ball first comes into his hands and he catches the ball. That was beyond the first down line. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands. It is a first down. New Orleans is charged with their first timeout.
Ahmad Bradshaw picks up close to 13.
Anytime soon.
Intercepted. Darren Sharper with flags all over the field. He's going to go ahead and take it to the end zone just in case. I think the flags came down and the play was blown dead.
Foul, roughing the quarterback. Defense number 51. Hit the quarterback high. 15-yard penalty. First down.
First down and a touchdown on this drive. Ahmad Bradshaw, his third rushing touchdown this season, and that's a big one for the Giants. Third down, converted into a first down by Mike.
Better defense, you tend to run the ball better. You look around the league, and that's the way it goes.
Brees all day to throw, looking for Colston. Contact and a flag.
It looked like their feet just got caught up, and that's unfortunate. I'm not sure I agree with that call. Corey Webster's in good position. He's looking back for the ball. No real contact, you know, other than
interference. Defense number 23 is not playing the ball. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Play action to the end zone. Touchdown, Lance Moore. The 100th touchdown pass is a saint for Drew Brees.
Well, again, they run this one off play action. They're going to pull left.
Yards of offense against what was the #1 ranked defense in the NFL through 5 weeks. Hickson deep in his own end zone, and another big return for Dominant Hickson. Still on his feet and tackled at the 36.
Ready to play. I think Sean Payton said it best. Drew Brees simply knows how to win.
So does Eli. That's Kevin Boss. 2nd and 9 to the end zone, and pulled out of the arms of Sharper by Mario Manning. And that is a touchdown for the Giants.
And I'll tell you what, Darren Sharper thought he had another one. And when the ball was in the air, I did too. It's out in a hurry, but Sharper gets a good break on it, and he's wondering how he wasn't able to make that types of situations.
Brees, great protection again. Colston the catch. Still on his feet. All the way down to the 28-yard line.
Able to create any kind of separation.
Colston in traffic. What a catch, and he's inside. Body up front. Bell trying to leap into the end zone for a second time, and it looks like he's denied the goal line. Timeout called by the Giants inside the 1.
We'll almost anticipate play action here.
Thomas, no signal, and he is denied the end zone on 4th down. That is a big stop for New York. He's going to put it up. Manningham across the middle, and he's to the 34-yard.
Quicker at getting the ball snapped after each play.
Ball is loose on the hit from behind. Still loose. And loose again after Fujita watches as his teammate Shanley picks it up, and then recovered in the end zone by Kevin Boss. And we're waiting on the officials to tell us exactly the ruling on the field.
And Eli just never feels that coming down the backside. And on the tail end of this, Shanley with the ball, and he fumbles, but they ruled him down, and that was a good call as well. It looked like he was on the ground prior to the ball coming loose.
Fumbled down near the goal line and ultimately recovered by New York in the end zone. The ruling is, though, that the ball, although it had come from loose from a hand, it was still pinned between the player's arm and his shoulder pad. Therefore, he still had possession when his knee hit the ground. The ruling stands as called. It's New Orleans ball, first down.
Juggle the snap, handoff to Reggie Bush. Touchdown. On a homecoming Sunday for Manning, returning to the Superdome, where he used to grow up watching games as a kid. He's been watching a Saints quarterback light it up. 34-17. Stay tuned. The NFL on Fox continues after a word from your local Fox station. Intercepted by Jabari Greer. Really hard to believe. But they like throwing it too. And why wouldn't you? Colston need to get to the 24-yard line and convert. And right there for a first down is Lance. Play action to Bush. Wide open touchdown, Colston.
As a rookie, I think this was the game they felt would really show them a lot.
Colston breaks out of one tackle. Third down and 10. Eli, good protection. Crossing route. Nix has it inside the 40, down to the 30, and run out of bounds. And here he comes. They pick him up. Catch made, and trying to lunge for a first 38-yard attempt. It is good.
Him and Reggie, right? If you don't remember Reggie, I guess you could say that.
Big gainer for Pierre Thomas. Hurricane Gustav. This town really starting to feel good about itself again, and especially about this football team. Completion to Robert Meachem inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. Got a lot going on here. We thought the Saints had called a timeout when in fact they had not started the play clock correctly, so the Saints were not charged with a timeout. And then Tom Coughlin's going to challenge this catch by Meachem.
Yeah, if it's all a continuous act, then you do have to hold on to the ball as you go to the ground. But he does not make this catch as he's going to the ground. He takes a few steps and then he goes out of bounds, and it's once he's out of bounds that the ball actually becomes dislodged. And
now the decision.
The receiver caught the pass, took 3 steps, and then was tackled. He lost the ball while being tackled, not in the process of going to the ground. Therefore, the pass was complete. It was fumbled forward out of bounds. It returns to the spot of the fumble. New Orleans ball, first down.
And a touchdown on the give to Heath Evans. The 7th different player for the Saints. 7 to score a touchdown in this game.
Well, you talk about all the weapons that they have offensively, and then, you know, this is really what you wanted to see. You wanted to see the Saints be able to run the football from that part of the field and run it in for a touchdown, and that's what they did with Heath Evans.
First down to the 4. Nix. A touchdown reception thrown by David Carr. Cam Tampa Bay, Kansas City, and Oakland. Those three teams have combined to win one game. Here's the onside kick. And who got it? Looks like the Saints were able to cover it. Teams remaining in the National Football League. Minnesota, a thriller today. Got a field goal with under 2 minutes to beat Baltimore. Brett Favre and the Vikings now 6-0. Denver at 5-0 will play tomorrow in San Diego. Big divisional game there. Indianapolis off this week. The Saints will go to 5-0 in 1 minute and 5 seconds. And down goes Carr in the arms of Adele. And that ties a ribbon around this one. A very impressive win for Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. 5-0 for the first time since 1993, and they knocked the Giants out of the unbeatens in the National Football League. Still more to come from the Superdome in a moment. (48-27) Saints roll over the Giants. And here's our Domino's Delivers leaderboard. Well, you could pick practically anybody wearing a Saints uniform today, starting with Drew Brees. 4 touchdown passes. 7 different Saints players scored a touchdown in this game. And the pride of Hofstra, Marques Colston, 8 catches, 166 yards, and a touchdown. Pam Oliver is standing by with Drew Brees, and we'll hear from the victorious quarterback when we return. You're watching the NFL on Fox.